I'm saying this as a man who pays attention, not as a judge. More like a camera that's been quietly rolling for years. It's early, kettle humming in the background, notifications stacked on my lock screen, and the first thing the algorithm serves me is another "we're all beautiful" trend. The language is soft, the filters are even softer, and yet the comments underneath are not soft at all. That's the gap I want to talk about. The space between the slogans we post and the behavior we actually run. Here's the plain observation. Most of us know beauty and attractiveness aren't distributed equally. We don't need a study to tell us. You can see it in every cafeteria, every wedding party lineup, every nightclub booth and bridal shower photo. People respond to faces and bodies. They sort, they compare, they compete. Women know this because they live inside that compare and compete loop more intensely than men do, especially around other women. You can hear it in how compliments land, how silence lands, how a room tilts when someone striking walks in. The kettle clicks off, my phone buzzes twice. Same lesson in the tiny things. Attention is a currency and beauty spends easily. When people say beauty is subjective, I understand the kindness in that phrase and the truth inside it. Taste varies, culture shifts, trends rotate, but there's also a stubborn pattern we all recognize. Some faces pull eyes faster, some bodies attract invitations more easily. On average, that signal shapes who gets approached first, who gets defended most, who gets "she's with me" status. The visible partner becomes a billboard for the other partner's desirability. Men feel that, women see that. And in that loop, call it social advertising, women often compete with women for the front row on the billboard. That's not an insult. It's an observation of incentives. If you've ever watched the dynamic from the quiet corner at a birthday dinner, you see the micro signals. Who gets tagged first, who's centered in photos, whose joke gets echoed, whose outfit becomes the reference point. You also see the shadow side, tiny digs presented as advice, helpful tips that carry heat, the long pause before a compliment lands. It's not that women are uniquely unkind, it's that the stakes are high where attention converts into opportunities and affection. Men compete too, we just tend to do it around resources, rank, reach, and outcomes. Think promotion, car, network, trophy, the what that telegraphs capability. For women, the what often begins with visible attractiveness because that's where attention pays immediately. Different currencies, same marketplace. I'm walking to the window now. Street noise floats up. A delivery bike brakes hard at the corner. Down below, a couple crosses the road. The man looks at his partner like she's the prize he won, and his spine straightens because of it. People read that pairing and update his status without a word. In 1,000 subtle ways, that pairing becomes part of his public resume. It's not fair, it's not complete, but it is how the crowd reads value fast. And because crowds read fast, women feel the urgency to either qualify, differentiate, or disarm around other women. Social media tools amplify it. No makeup challenge. I don't look my age. How to glow without trying. These are signals, costly or cleverly framed, to claim advantage or level the field. There's another layer we don't say out loud. The idea of being desired is sometimes as powerful as being desired itself. A rumor, a like from a high-status man, a photo with a selective caption, these can trigger competition because the story suggests she's chosen. In psych terms, that's mate choice copying. If other people choose you, you must have qualities worth choosing. In everyday terms, it looks like this. A woman doesn't need verified proof that you're with someone desirable. The hint can be enough to raise your perceived price. That same logic shapes competition between women too. If she's rumored to be the woman men want, other women clock her as a benchmark. Sometimes for imitation, sometimes for challenge, sometimes both in the same afternoon. My phone lights again. A friend asks if I'm still on for noon. Ordinary pressure nudging the day forward. Back to the point. Competition isn't inherently cruel. It's simply what happens when many people chase scarce rewards. But inside female-female competition, The moves can get personal fast because the asset at play, the face, the body, the vibe, feels personal. That's why some of the tactical language carries an edge. "I'm just naturally like this" can imply superiority. "She's only pretty because of makeup" can imply fraud. One move elevates self without attacking. Another elevates self by downgrading another's method. Both are attempts to position strategically in the same economy. The more public the arena, the more performative the positioning becomes. I see this in real rooms. Put a very striking woman into a group of women who already like each other, and the air gets dense. Not always outwardly mean. Often it's a recalibration, wardrobe adjustments, posture corrections, quieter faces, louder faces, an acceleration of talk about values, work, or what actually matters. Again, I'm not saying women are uniquely deceptive. I am saying that when appearance carries weight, people build stories to manage the weight. The stories function like armor and like advertisement. Real beauty comes from within is armor. "I woke up like this" is advertisement. Both can be true. Both can also be tactics. The truth test is behavior when no one is watching, and almost no one on the internet is in that condition. Traffic outside surges, then breaks. I poured a tea I forgot about and realize it's already lukewarm. There's our 2-minute pressure again. Life intrudes. You keep talking anyway. So let's say it even cleaner. Beauty works as fast currency in the dating and social marketplace. People who carry more of that currency, by genetics, by grooming, by training, by curation, often receive easier entries and softer landings. Many women are acutely aware of this because the returns and penalties touch them daily. That awareness fuels cooperation and competition. Cooperation, sharing routines, products, lighting, angles, the "girl put me on" culture. Competition, ranking, subtweeting, soft exclusion, and the endless sport of spot the flaw. But here's a frame that changes how I act as a man. None of this means women are dishonest by nature or that beauty is all that matters. It means the game awards points for visible signals, and women are responding intelligently to the scoring system. When someone secures a high-status partner, people update their belief about her attractiveness and his value. When a woman senses another woman is more attractive by the prevailing standard, she often recalibrates, raise her own presentation, claim a different lane, or reduce the other's perceived advantage by critiquing the method. You can call that shallow, or you can call it rational behavior inside a system that rewards speed, not nuance. If you think this is only an online pattern, watch a crowded bar on a Friday night. Watch the quick scan, the body turn, the shoulder position. Watch how a group reshapes around the most photographed face. Then watch the relief when the attention moves on. Those micro theaters teach men something too. The partner you stand beside becomes part of your perceived value, for better or worse. That doesn't mean selection should be a branding exercise. It means if you pretend the signaling isn't real, you'll make naive choices and then feel punished by a public you didn't know you were in front of. Another ping, calendar reminder. I mute it and keep going because this part matters. The line, "We're all beautiful in our own way," is compassionate. It protects hearts, but it also blurs the reality of competition that many women feel every time they enter a room or open an app. I've watched women I respect, smart, accomplished, still brace when a more conventionally attractive woman appears. It's not because they're weak, it's because attention is noisy and attention moves markets. Recognizing that isn't cruelty. Denying it doesn't make it go away. What helps is naming the system and then deciding how to operate inside it with self-respect and respect for others. So what do I do with that as a man? First, I refuse to pretend selection doesn't signal. It does. Second, I refuse to inflate my own value off someone else's face. That's lazy status. Third, I pay attention to how women around me treat other women when the beauty stakes rise. Kindness under pressure is a character tell. Envy managed with grace is a character tell. Silence that lets another woman be diminished is unfortunately also a character tell. When I build a life with someone, I'm choosing a partner in a visible world. Her beauty may be a fast signal, her behavior under the weight of beauty, hers and others, is the durable one. Quiet now. The room settles. Outside, a bus exhales and pulls away. I take a breath because this is where the internet likes to twist the message. This isn't pretty good, not pretty bad. This is people play the game they're in. We can honor effort, style, craft, warmth, and integrity without lying about the speed of looks. We can also stop punishing women, openly or through side-eyed campaigns, for using tools in a game they didn't design. At the same time, we can hold a line against weaponizing those tools to cut other women down. That's not empowerment. That's just a different flavor of the same scarcity. I'm finishing the tea, finally warm again. One more ordinary pressure flickers, the email I should answer before noon. So let me end like this. As a man, I see that beauty operates like currency, and women feel that economy deeply. Competition happens, signals matter, but character is the long trade. Every time I'm in a room where the temperature rises because someone stunning walked in, I try to watch for the women who don't flinch, who don't diminish, who don't pretend, who don't perform cruelty as proof of standards. Those are the ones who understand the market and won't let it make them small. I pick up my phone, switch the beauty filter off, and hit record.